This is going to be really freaking controversial. I don't care because it's true. Every single thing that you feel is serving you in some way. So if you are feeling defeated, down, depressed, all of those things, it's serving you. So ask it. If you want those things to go away, all you have to do is say, okay, what are you doing for me? What is this? Because here's the secret. If you are feeling something that is lower vibration, but you can't seem to let go of it, that's because you have a belief system in here that says anything outside of this bad feeling emotion is going to be worse. It's not true, but it is a belief, and a belief is just a thought we kept on thinking, right? So you have to ask it, what are you showing me? What are you doing for me? How is this serving me? Because I guarantee you, if you are going through it, it is serving you in some way. Otherwise, your ego would not allow you to experience this because there's no point. Toxic positivity, it will absolutely destroy any kind of progress you're having on your spiritual growth. And let me explain why. When you are being told to not pay attention to an emotion, to not give it that focus, to ignore what it's trying to show you, when you ignore all of that, there's a couple different things that can happen. Number one, the most likely is you create a new shadow within yourself. So you're just creating more shadows by ignoring the low vibe stuff because you don't want more of the low vibe stuff. So here's how you do it appropriately and with balance. Number one, always follow your intuition. Always, always, always. Number two, don't get stuck in the low vibe stuff. Don't hyper focus on it. Ask yourself, not outward, not friends, because friends' opinions do not matter when you are feeling an emotion. The only thing that matters is how you feel and how you are processing it. Their opinions are irrelevant and can send you on an erroneous path, even though they mean well, because they're going to tell you from their point of view how they feel about that, but that's not what's going to help you heal. What's going to help you heal is your point of view and how you feel about that. So you sit with it in here and you say, okay, what is this anger, sadness, disappointment, despair? What is it showing me? What is it showing me? And usually the first thing is, it's showing me what I don't want. Okay, make a list of the things I don't want. Okay, I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to be around people that make me feel like this. I don't want to be in a position where I feel like this. Okay, great. We're making progress. You see how you have to pay attention to that? You have to give it your attention for a brief period of time so you can move past it. So ask yourself, move through the energy, then see how you feel and see if there's anything left to clear after that. You have to allow yourself some swings. Now, when you are emotionally stable and you're really good at catching those shadows and listening to what they're trying to communicate to you, because it's there for a reason, it exists for a reason, right? Then your swings are a lot more gradual. They're not so crazy. But when you go way up here into the state of hyperpositivity, you are in a manic phase. And manic phases are not sustainable. They're exhausting and they don't actually feel good. Now, you may be up here in the manic phase going, no, but I do feel good. And that's because by comparison, you feel better than you felt before. But that's not good. When you are constantly aggressively happy and aggressively positive, that's not normal. I'm not like that behind the scenes. Other spiritual people are not like that behind the scenes. It's normal to have emotions and to have some range, some spectrum of the things that you feel. I'm not super high vibe happy all the time. That would be insane. Of course I get frustrated. Of course I get grumpy at my kids sometimes. Of course I get frustrated at myself. That's normal. That's part of growth. And when those things happen, you have to say, okay, what is it showing me? What is it teaching me? And then you clear the shadow. You can't just clear it right away and pretend like it's not happening and say, well, that doesn't serve me. Babes, if it doesn't serve you, you wouldn't be feeling that emotion. You wouldn't be feeling it. You wouldn't be doing it. Every single thing that you feel is serving you in some way. It's important to remain positive, and it's also important to focus more on the things that you prefer instead of the things that you don't prefer. However, the only way to grow is to move through the energy. You have to move through it. You have to allow yourself to fully feel that emotion. If you have a habit of the second you feel low vibe emotion, you go, nope, I'm just going to clear it. I'm going to clear the shadow. And you don't give it the respect that it's due. You don't give it the time to breathe and to say, okay, this is really what I'm showing you. This is really what I'm telling you. Then you're not healing. You're not growing at all. You're just shoving more things deep down. Low vibe emotions are just as important as high vibe emotions. You just don't want to get stuck in the low vibe emotions. And I tell you what, the way to guarantee that you'll get stuck in the low vibe emotions is to ignore them, is to the second you feel any kind of lower vibe emotion at all, is to ignore it and go, no, I'm going to clear the shadow. I'm going to clear it right now. And you do not pay attention to what it's trying to communicate to you, because you can only hold that artificial high for so long and you will bottom out. Right? You will bottom out, and then it's so much harder to kind of get your bearings again, and then you usually fall off the wagon for a while, and you have these big upswings like this where you're feeling so high and you're artificially trying to blow it up, and you're trying to stay up here. That's not normal. It's not normal to stay way up here all the time. Take your time. It's not a freaking race. You are not going to lower your base vibration and not be able to talk to your guides for the rest of your life if you have a couple of bad days. Allow yourself the time and space that you need to move through the energy, because that's the only way you grow. You can't go around, you have to go through.